Hi guys, this is Fiona. Welcome back to my channel. As I said in my last video, in today's video, I will talk about communication across country, and I will share some of my experiences when I have conversation with different cultural background people. The idea for doing such a video on the topic came from a seminar I attended recently from Carnegie Mellon University. And the first thing I want to mention is that we should always keep in mind we have different conversation style. And it is pretty interesting to see that in America, the conversation style is more like playing basketball, like everybody passing the ball, everybody shooting the ball, and it's very fast-paced. In some Asia country, the conversation style is more like playing the bowling. Everybody have different section of their own, and one person speaking a time, and also people usually have a long pause between the conversation and before there's another people jumped in the conversation. In my own story about that is when I first studied abroad in America, I was doing my first course in a program, and when I checked my final grade, I found I didn't get a very satisfactory participation grade. I would say it's very low because I was expected to get full point in the participation section, because I thought in my mind the participation is about you go to the class every time, and even if you have 1 or 2 absence, you will get a full point. So I asked it to my professor and some American students, and they all told me that the participation is not only related to your physically show to the class. It's about how much you participate in the class and how much you share your thoughts, your idea in the class to your classmates and the teacher. So in that case, I would say the grade was fire. So why did I misunderstanding the participation? I think it is because the cultural difference. Because I attend my undergraduate school, high school, and some earlier education in China, in my home country, and we have different definition of the participation. Here is a picture showing you that how college students having their class in China. As you can see, we normally have 50 to 60 students in one class, and sometimes even over 100 students in one classroom. So it's about the teacher to giving lectures, the student taking the notes. So we don't have that much time and chance for everyone to having the interaction with the teachers and the students. It did take time for me to get used to it. Sometimes I feel I didn't do that good, especially at the beginning of the process, because I think I have the language barrier. I believe many international students feel the same, because our language system is Chinese, our mother language, and we think in Chinese. So sometimes we need to organize our language. And what I want to say to some of you who is studying abroad like me or will be studying abroad in the future, please don't be nervous about it. Even if we did a lot of training or passed different kinds of tests, language tests, before we studying abroad, we are not native speaker. Nervous doesn't help anything. What you can do is just to improve the language and to get to know foreign cultures and history, and it will help. And also I feel very thankful that there are many students and professors, they understand that you are not native speaker, and it's totally okay for them if you need time to organize your sentences when you participate in a group discussion, and they feel okay about that, so don't be nervous. And remember, the conversation style in many Asia countries I just mentioned, they are like playing bowling, which brings me to my next point. So in addition to the language barrier, and some of the reason they're having that long pause is because they usually talk when they have brilliant idea. That is because like I just show you in the picture, we are having the big classes, so we don't have that much time for everyone participates in the topic when we have some discussion, or even if in a small group discussion. So people only talk when they have different aspects, thoughts on that conversation topic. So, but in here, what I experienced is that you don't have to do that. You don't necessarily need to come up with a smarter idea than other people. You just share your common thoughts. That is enough. And I think participation is a way to show that you are following the lecture and you are thinking the topic. So that is enough. The other thing I want to mention, which I think is very interesting, is what we call the power distance in different cultural. It refers to the relationship between higher ranking and lower ranking individuals. For example, the boss or supervisor and the staff, the professor and the students, the parents and some other elder relatives in the family, and the children. So for example, in my culture, the children will never call the first name of their parents. It's the same in some other relationships, like students from Asia country will never call their professor's first name. Like, hey David, we will never do that because we believe we show our respect to them in the way of how we call them. So just usually call them professor, blah blah, things like that. And I also know in some other Asia countries like Korea and Japan, students even need to bow when they see their seniors in the school. So I think it's pretty interesting to see that different cultures have different preference. And what I found in American is totally different. People just call their first name between like supervisor and staffs, like students and professors, to show they're close to each other, like friends. They don't have that much power distance to show that like you are the higher ranking individual and I am the lower ranking person when they're having conversation or in their life. Those are basically what I've noticed when we have conversation with different cultural background people. And you are very welcome to comment below to share your experience, what your experience looked like. And please make sure to like this video and subscribe the channel. I will see you guys in the next video.